Alright, so some very strange things are happening in the world every single day. So I got all the strangest videos I could find in the last 24 hours and chucked it into one video for you. So give this video a like, sit back and relax, and I really hope you enjoy it. And I can't believe I just did that. That's in one take.
Okay, I'm sure this is a coincidence, but according to Grok, it is true. You remember when the bloody horses were running through the United Kingdom? They were royal horses and they escaped and a big chaos ensued. They actually ran 6 miles. Did you know that Prince Andrew was arrested 666 days after this event on his 66th birthday? And when he was arrested, according to all the official sources, it was 6 unmarked police cars carrying the officers that went to arrest him at his castle. So 6 police cars, 66th birthday, 666 days after what many people were shocked, by the way. The whole horse incident was like a eerie omen almost. Also, White Horses, Behold a Pale Horse, remember that book? And this is confirmed by Grok, by the way. It was, in fact, yes, his 66th birthday, and yes, exactly 666 days after the April 24th, 2024 horse incident. But then it says no official sources confirm 6 officers involved because someone tweeted it wrong. It was 6 police cars. So I'm sure that's nothing, not like our reality is encoded with symbolism and numerical codings.
That is crazy. You know what? I farted 6 times today as well, I think. Man, I ate some dodgy breakfast, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. Maybe it does, and I don't know why I just shared that with you, but who cares? The world right now is just, like, I can't keep up with it. Every day I wake up, there's something new.
We moved into this house about 10 years ago, and we always saw the news articles about a huge drug bust that happened in a secret room in this house. We have never found the secret room, nor have attempted to look for the secret room, but today was the day we found it. This is what happened.
Yeah, how long is this room?
Yeah, there's something behind there for sure. I can't see anything. Oh my god, there is a room in there. Oh my gosh. He just fell.
Actually, stuff in here.
There's a bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Let me try to get through. It's just like a whole room back here. And there's arcade machines. There's arcade machines, 3 of them.
They're very old.
There's a closet.
Like 30 years old, 40 years old.
I don't know. Yeah, and this Xbox, there's like newer stuff in here.
Just go out here and
This-
help me get the rest of this down so I can fit in there.
There's so much stuff in. There's like tools too.
Oh. Oh. Hey, what is that? Where you were?
What are you talking about?
Right there, right.
What the is that a kid?
What is that? Where you were?
What are you talking about?
Right there, right there, right there.
What? That's a kid, isn't it? That is. What?
Oh. Hey, what is that? Where you were?
What are you talking about?
Right there, right there, right.
Yeah, that is. Man, does that connect? It must connect to the neighbor's house. So they just ruined their whole gaming setup. They had everything down there. They had a whole gaming setup down there. But man, if that was, could you imagine you being the person in that video? You found an abandoned room. You just see a kid stood in the.
Yeah, I think Kyle officially completed a ritual, y'all. Look at the video with Jaden Smith and Kyle Sinet. Oh, don't worry about the picture. I know them two don't look the same, right? Got the red room going on, fool. It's over. Know what they say about fashion?
Well, that doesn't look good for him. And why was he yelling like that? Jaden, why was he just screaming like that in his face? But it just makes it 10 times worse. Just a bunch of weirdos, mate. At the end of the day, they've done it all just for a piece of paper, just for an extra couple of quid in their pocket. Why? It's really not worth it, is it? Like, Kai Cenat was winning. He was on, like, you know, he was the biggest streamer. Why just want more and more and more?
This sky pool, doesn't it look amazing? It's near the US Embassy in Nine Elms, just south of the River Thames, and it's believed to be the world's first transparent pool. built between two skyscrapers. So I think you'd need to have a head for heights, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to be swimming along there and looking down to the ground below, but it looks really spectacular, the water there glistening in the sunshine. Swimmers able there to enjoy views of Parliament and the London Eye while they swim their lengths of the 25-metre pool. One catch, though, is you have to be a resident to use.
See, this is what happens when there's people that were raised in a world without Final Destination in it, all right? Most of us have seen that film, haven't we? We would never do this. And all it takes is one miscalculation, one bolt that's not screwed in properly, one mistake, that's it, mate. You'll be Pancake Pete.
Yo! Look at this! I'm so like, bro, what is this? This is the rawest I've ever seen in my life. Is it real? Like, what is this? I'm kind of scared, but I'm not, but what is it? What the f is that?
You know what? I have no idea what that video's about. Like, what was going on there? Was someone playing Mario Kart in the sky or something? You know, you remember the Rainbow Road and Mario Kart? What is going on there? Leave a comment down below, because I'm speechless on that one.
So, does somebody want to tell me what kind of snow melts like this? Look at it. It's like rubbery. It's crazy. Look at the film on top of the ice. Look at this. Look at this. Tell me what kind of snow melts like that. It's crazy. Look at this. It's on all of it. Y'all let me know what you think.
Well, I've never seen snow like that in my entire life, and that's not just because I live in England, but in general, I've never seen snow look like that before. Unless there's a giant spider going around shooting its web everywhere. I still remember as a kid watching Eight-Legged Freaks. Scarred me for life. But I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before, and think what that's doing to us when we breathe it in.
People have all of a sudden started paying attention to a little island named Deer Island in New York. People are talking about how they believe this island hosts hunting parties or Hunger Games type events amongst rich people. Some people have even claimed that after researching this island, their device or devices have asked for their location, which according to them has never done that before. Now, please keep in mind that those are just rumors and speculation, and none of those claims have ever been proven to be true. But I did find it very interesting that this same Deer Island is actually owned by a secret society named Skull and Bones. If you happen to look into Deer Island right here on TikTok, you'll go down an entire rabbit hole.
See, I definitely think there's going to be more of them out there, you know. But I remember watching Squid Game. Most of us have seen that, and it felt like a documentary. It felt like there are hundreds of places like that out in the world. Did anyone else think that whilst watching it? But this is what I don't understand. Like, if they want to be secret about it, why would they call it Skull and Bones? Like, if the police turned up and went, "All right, guys, what are you doing here? What's your group called?" "Oh, we're doing nothing wrong, but we're called the Skull and Bones Society. But we pick flowers and we just skip around the countryside." Like, wouldn't you think of another name?
So I'm out minding my own business. Y'all see the Coca-Cola building there, and there's Georgia Tech. What is this? What's flying in the air? What the hell is this? And it's like a pole going down, but it can't. It's impossible. That cannot be anything that's that high, like erect. That's Coca-Cola money. That's 20-something floors. So that's in the sky. What is this? Come on, Zoom, don't fail me now. Oh, no. What is this in the sky?
See, that does look like a light pole to me. But then again, has anyone asked this question? Maybe that a UFO came here and they're pretending to be a light pole. Could be onto something there. If a UFO landed here and without being inconspicuous, can't say that word, maybe they just pretend to be a light post.
$2.7 trillion. That's how much the world spends on war every year. Let's put that money into perspective. You could give every person on Earth $330 a year. Here's what that money could do for the planet. Take just 10% and you could eliminate extreme poverty worldwide. Based on UN estimates, take another 10% and you could build over 200 gigawatts of new solar and wind. Enough clean power for hundreds of millions of people. With another slice, we could fund clean water access for every community that needs it and support sustainable farming to reduce hunger globally. With that kind of money, we could reinforce coastlines and protect vulnerable regions from climate-driven disasters. We could fully fund global education programs, medical research, and scientific breakthroughs that actually improve life instead of destroying it. With that same money, we could fund global healthcare programs that prevent millions of deaths every year, vaccine clinics, and medical access for people who need it. We say there's no money to fix the planet, but the money exists, and it's abundant. It's just pointed in the wrong direction. Imagine what humanity could build if we invested in our future instead of our conflict.
Well, it's probably not that way because it's not profitable, is it? They got to make money off us. But growing up, if you had a problem with someone, you would have a 1v1 on Rust or Modern Warfare 2. Why don't they just do that? All the leaders of the world just have a 1v1 and then we'll know. That would make it so much easier, wouldn't it? Why have we got to fight for their arguments for? Just have a 1v1, mate.
Photos from history you weren't meant to see. This first one is known as the Dust Lady, and it's of a woman named Marcy, a legal assistant who worked inside the World Trade Center during 9/11 and survived. She was 28 at the time, and you can see after the explosion she was completely covered in dust. The look on her face is truly haunting. This next photo is called the Ghost Boy photo, and it was taken inside the Amityville horror house, which was so haunted that they had to call the real Ed and Lorraine Warren to investigate it. Yes, the people who inspired the Conjuring movies. They set up an automatic camera in the hallway, and that's how this picture was captured. They believe the boy in the photo is young John Defoe, who unfortunately passed away inside the house. Last on the list, this photo still gives me chills. This is the before and after photo of Hiroshima. On the left we see what the city used to look like, and on the right side is what the city looked like after the explosion nearly wiped out everything. Follow for more.
Isn't it crazy to think there's people out there like Ed and Lorraine Warren that did that as a career? Like, that's crazy to me. I would never ever watch the flipping Conjuring or whatever they're called. Never in a million years I would watch that movie. But they were doing it. How fearless have you got to be as a person? There is not enough boxes on this planet that I could buy to do that job.
I have been here for 4 years, and we had decided to drill a little thingy up to hold our bath mat, because I like to take baths, on the wall. And it fell out. And I realized that the light was off and that we...
Oh, well, she taking a bath on the wall? Why are you putting the bath mat on the wall?
You could see... Hold on. Out there.
I wouldn't be laughing about it, mate.
That leads outside. So then I was like, hold on. So I go outside and I check outside. I'm like, okay, that's my living room window. I'm like, okay, that's my kitchen window, right? Well, no. That's my kitchen window. What are these two windows? I lived here for 4 years and never noticed that there are 2 extra windows that go nowhere.
How could you live there for 4 years and not... See, this video adds so many questions. How could you live in that house for 4 years and not know that there's 2 extra windows, right? You didn't notice that. She takes baths on the wall, but since these files have come out, so many people are posting videos of finding secret rooms in like their homes and Airbnbs, hotel rooms. Like, man, it goes to show how much stuff was actually out there that we just didn't look for. And it goes to show that... No, it doesn't make sense, does it? It goes to show that we probably miss so much in our lives because we're not looking for it. And at the moment, I really feel like it's so obvious now that we are caught, humanity, we are caught in a battle, in a spiritual battle between good and evil. And they're just going for it. They're just, you know, in a boxing ring with each other at the moment. And we're just in the middle trying not to get stamped on. But have you guys ever asked yourself, why are they fighting over us? What makes us so special? What makes us so important? You know? And the evidence is everywhere of this battle. You know? And sometimes sometimes evil will gain more ground and then good will gain more ground, and it's like, but I've always felt like we're trapped in this huge spiritual battle and they're fighting over us. And I remember thinking as a kid about this, you know, I remember growing up being aware of this battle. I didn't really understand who it was or where it was, but I just knew that there was something bigger than life itself. It's not as simple as what we want it to be, that there is a spiritual warfare happening, and it's becoming more and more obvious of that battle. You know, do you know what I mean? Comment down below if you really feel like that. But it's crazy, honestly. The world at the moment is nuts. You know, in the last couple of weeks we've had all this file stuff come out. Now we've got, you know, the people talking about aliens and stuff like that, but we're only being told these things because they've chosen to tell us. You know, that's the only reason why. But leave a comment down below if you've ever felt that awareness, whether you have faith or not, of this huge spiritual battle that is happening over us. And for the weekend, sit on that thought. I've given you some food for thought. Why do you think they're fighting over us? I have my answer. You know what it is. You know, because we are so incredibly important and special because we've been created. We've been created by God, and evil is trying to take what is created from God. I think that's what the case is. They're fighting for our souls. Our souls, you know, we don't have the power to sell our soul. We have the authority to let something else in. Spiritual, isn't it? And I really feel like the biggest insult to God, what evil can do, is corrupt his creation. And they're fighting for us. So I think that's the case. And becoming aware of this is making me want to, you know, get more into my faith and stuff. But leave a comment down below what you think about that. I'll be interested to read your comments on it, because I'm always open to learning as well. All right. And you must protect yourselves as well, physically and spiritually. All right. Because it's crazy out there and they're out to get us all. All right. So have a great weekend. Leave your comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you all again on Monday. I'll see you then.